Greetings, sisters and brothers of Local 2627. Today is Monday, December 12th, and let me tell you a couple of things that's going on. And I hope everybody so far is having a wonderful December. Uh, One of the things I want to talk to you about is how stuff works. A lot of people don't understand how grievances and going to OATH, Office of Administrative Trials and Hearings, or PERB, things like that. Every time you do something with the union and management, it's not an overnight thing. We just can't call them and make them do things. I had a member, as a matter of fact, call me today and told me, well, it's just uh, a night differential thing. It's simple. It's not simple, because if it was simple, you wouldn't have to come to the union and ask them to try to get you your money for you. None of this stuff is simple. Grievances, that's why I always try to do labor management if I possibly can before we can get into the grievance process, because once it turns into litigation, it could be 3 or 4 months, it could be a year, and there are people in here that will tell you that sometimes it takes 2 or 3 years to get these things resolved. So you have to have patience, and we do not have time to keep calling people every day to give them play by play by play. You can call once every couple of months if you don't hear anything, to find out if there's anything going on, maybe. But to call us every week or every other day or something like that doesn't make any sense. It just takes up time. I cannot return all these calls. We have 4,300 people in here, and a lot of them have grievances and whatnot that are being done, and they're being handled. And they're being handled in a timely and professional manner. I just want to tell people, if you don't hear from us because you sent us an email, and another thing I tell people about sending me emails, I sent you an email 2 weeks ago. I get 70 or 80 emails a day, I'm sorry, not a week, a day. What you need to do, if you want to talk to me, call me on the phone. Call me on the phone. If you don't get me on one of the phones, then leave a message. I will get back to you. I cannot look at all the emails. There's just too many of them. DEP and DOT, there's a web clock little situation with them, because not all of those members are at a location. They're in the field, so they need some place to sign in. We've sent a letter to OLR, Office of Labor Relations, asking them to resolve this problem, because, like I'm saying, we know that a lot of our members in DEP and DOT are not always available where there's some type of way to put their time into the system. I'm glad to say that the City Council overrode the mayor's veto of Local Law 35. Local Law 35 basically gives us a right to look at any contract before any contract is okayed by the city. We have the right to also give a counter proposal to prove that we can do the job better. And on that note, I think that's one reason why every member should concentrate on getting their certifications and getting their skills. You have $1,600 coming out of this building, $800 from DC37 and $800 from Local 2627. You need to use these resources to help better your skills, because this is our argument when the city says that they can't find anybody to do the job, and we can say, look, we have multiple members who have certifications that are capable of doing this job. A little FYI, the city has found fit to waive any test fees for any returning vets. So just to let you know that, and remember, there's going to be 50,000 vets coming back in this month from Iraq, and they're going to be looking for jobs. So the competition is increasing out there. So make sure you have all your ducks in a row, all your D's, all your T's crossed, and your I's dotted. Be prepared, because not only do we have the vets, we have other civilians out there also. The longevity, the payments are supposed to be between the 9th and the 23rd. If you're not getting the payments, first contact your payroll office and find out what the story is, why you didn't get yours. And then whatever story they give you, then contact DC37, and we will look into it. Local 2627, we will look into it. 3/12/012 is the deadline for people to have their children sign up for one of the 4 DC37 scholarships. Please, it would behoove you to have your child sign up for one of these scholarships, because it will help you when your child is going to school, to college and whatnot. It will help you a little bit to stem the weight of that tuition, or books or something like that. And I should also mention, remember that we have SAT training, and that would be another way that you can actually help yourselves, because if you send your child to the SAT training down at DC37, I think it costs $65 for the child, but it's well worth it, because if the child can bring their points up 30 or 40%, that could be scholarship or partial scholarship. So look into this. The scholarship, remember what I'm saying, The date, the closing date is March the 12th of 2012. Good in welfare this week. The secretary to the associate director of DC37, Oliver Gray, her name is Carmen Burgess. Her sister passed away, and of course, our sympathy and love goes out to her in these times. Until next week, in solidarity, and remember, vote, vote, vote. Robert Ajayi signing off.